So we're here at the ruins of Blackwater Mill in Partine in Clare, just over the border from Limerick City. And it was here that two brothers, Cecil and Aidan O'Donovan, were shot dead by members of the RIC on the 20th of February 1921. Now, Sunday the 20th of February began the same as any other Sunday would have for these boys. Cecil, who was, I think, 15, and his older brother Aidan, who was 17, they lived in number 3 Emily Villas in Limerick City. They went just a few metres away or a few yards away to Mass in St. Munchin's Church. And they had gone there with their older brother, Tomas, and their cousin, Benjamin. They were aged about 18 and 19. And after Mass, the four of them decided that they would walk out here to the old mill and that they would search for birds' nests. Now, probably to the youth of today, that doesn't sound very exciting, but, you know, they didn't have PlayStation and Netflix and, you know, things like that were a very common pastime for young boys back then. So they walked the 4 miles from Limerick City out here to start searching for the birds' nests, and they were seen along the way, and somebody reported that there were 4 young men, teenagers really, in this area, and actually made that call not to the local RIC station, but right into the new barracks in Limerick City. So the suggestion would be that it was probably a retired British Army officer who was living here who decided to phone that these young lads were out moving around his area. Now, they were here on, you know, a completely innocent mission, just looking for old birds' nests. But for some reason, the RIC, the Black and Tans, the auxiliaries, and the British Army were all mobilised. 3 lorries of forces came, packed with ground troops, and they parked just on the road above us where the monument is now. And they came out and they seemed to have decided that these 4 youths were an IRA active service unit. And a number of them came down across the field here, came onto this road and started approaching the mill. Now, when the boys saw the RIC coming, they were just actually after exiting the side of the mill here, and without any warning, members of the RIC opened fire, killing Cecil and Aidan. The RIC patrol was led by Sergeant James Horn from Mayo, who was involved in a number of questionable or infamous killings in and around Limerick City at the time. With him was another Catholic Irish RIC man, John Greeley, also from Mayo, and another Catholic RIC man who was named Flynn from Cork. So you're not talking about English Black and Tans doing this shooting. It's actually RIC, Irish Catholic RIC, who are loyal to the British, who killed these 2 boys. One of the cousins, one of the other members of the party, the cousin Benjamin, managed to escape, and Thomas surrendered and was captured by the British forces. Now, the British had to explain why they opened fire without warning and shot dead these 2 young boys, less than 18 years of age. And at the time, there was no coroner's inquests. They had been suspended because they proved too embarrassing to the British government, because the juries and the coroners always kept returning verdicts of murdered by British Crown forces or murdered on the orders of the British government. So instead, what they were replaced with during the War of Independence under martial law was a thing called a Provisional Military Court of Inquiry in lieu of inquest. And that would have been all members of the British Army officers judging other members of the British Army who were in action here on the day, and judging members of the RIC who they were fighting alongside. And the boys would have been killed just where you see that dog crossing beyond the two telegraph poles up there. That's actually where they fell dead as they exited the mill from this side. The British claimed that from this distance they had seen an IRA active service unit of 8 or 9 armed adult men. Now, there is no evidence that there was any IRA activity in the area. This seems to have been a complete whitewash to justify them opening fire on some innocent civilians without any cause or warning. In fairness, there always were some people in Britain, including a lot of members of the Labour Party, who were willing to question their government's activities and the activities of their armed forces in Ireland. So a Labour Party MP, John Hancock, actually asked questions about this killing, known as the Blackwater tragedy or the Blackwater Massacre. He asked them of Sir Hammer Greenwood, who was the British Chief Secretary of Ireland. But of course, Hammer Greenwood trotted out this same story again, that the boys had been there at the same time as an IRA active service unit, despite the fact that the British never claimed any shots were fired at them or anything like that. That was the official British explanation as to why these two children were killed. And it's interesting, years later, when the British Army history of their activities in Ireland during the War of Independence was written up, they fabricated the myth that the boys had been found with hand grenades and revolvers on them. Whereas if they had been, why wasn't that mentioned at the official British military inquiry? So it was, a widgery, a complete fabrication to blacken their names. And this story, the story of the Blackwater tragedy, was actually forgotten for a long time until 2013, when a local group here, the Meelick, Partine and Cracklow War of Independence Commemoration Committee, actually erected a granite monument in 2013 to mark the spot where the lorries had stopped and where the soldiers and RIC had dismounted to kill these boys.